Alright, so at this point, this is the kind of stuff that makes me have to wonder, who is this guy's agent? Because if they were doing their job, you should have told them, stop filming yourself doing stuff that can get you in trouble with the league. So if you haven't heard already, Ja Morant has actually found himself back in the news. Admittedly, when I was watching this video, I had to see what all the outrage was because all I saw was just a bunch of comments, and then I finally read the headline and I realized what it is I'm supposed to be looking at. So I'm sure everyone's already seen the video, but if you haven't, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play this video, we're gonna go over the article. I am gonna have to have the video on mute, obviously for copyright reasons. Because as you could tell, they're in the car and there's music playing, and they're having a good time. I mean, what else are you supposed to do when your whole team is eliminated? But before we get into it, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and consider subscribing.
I wish Ja would realize that he's not a thug. Ja is a really good basketball player. Ja did everything he could to lift himself and his family out of this type of environment and to get away from this. And for some reason, he wants to surround himself with these type of people. Why? Bruh, you not hard. That's not your life. People that in that life would give anything to be in your life.
Great point.
For some reason, you got a $200 million contract, and you want people in the NBA to think you hood, to think you gangster, because you roll with these type of people. Bro, you putting yourself in harm's way when you don't have to. Nobody looks at you, John, and think, man, that's a thug. He hood. He down. He about that. You not. Stop pretending. All you do is yap and talk about, oh, I'm going to let him live to see another day. I'm going to do this. You're not going to do nothing. What you're going to do is get yourself in trouble, put yourself and your family in harm's way when you don't have to. But this, what you're going about, pretending like you down like that you tote, that you carry, bruh, you putting yourself in harm's way. And it's not a good look for you. Stop this, man. This is not you. You played basketball to get out of this environment. You could have, I guarantee you got homeboys. You say that's your fam, you tweet out that's your fam, that probably had talent like you, but they chose that life. Bro, you need to let that go, because that's not you.
Alright, so that's the video. So if you're watching it and you didn't actually see what it was that would have gotten Ja in trouble, well, just be known that you're not alone on that one, because it's pretty quick. So in the first section of the video, you could already see that they're not doing anything crazy, nothing outlandish. His friend, for the most part, don't know his name, keeps the camera focused on himself, doesn't really keep it on Ja all that much. Then the driver makes a gun symbol with his fingers, turns the camera to Ja, and then that's when it happens a couple seconds later. Ja's now got his gun out, waving it at the camera on IG Live. Now, let me just say this. This is not on Ja's IG Live, this is on his friend's. So I don't know if he thought maybe it would be better, or if he thought he'd be okay. Like, the league was really just trying to say, don't go on IG Live or go on your IG Live and post pictures of guns, but it's okay if you go on somebody else's. I don't know if that's what he thought they meant, but if he did think that, somebody needs to clear that up, because what they really mean is do not go around waving guns on Instagram, on Twitter, on anything. When it comes to you and handling guns, just stay away from the internet. So after realizing what it is happening, the driver notes that Ja has a gun in his hand, waving it at the camera, and immediately, without any kind of hesitation, puts the camera towards himself and more than likely tells Ja, yo, put the gun away. Yeah, I can almost guarantee that he realized how much trouble he was going to be in. There's admittedly a really high chance that in him doing that, because it was so quick, is that when he caught Ja on camera and when he put the phone towards himself, that he was just hoping that no one else that was paying attention actually realized what just happened. But you see, when you pull the phone away for that long, that quickly, everyone's gonna know something's up. And I wasn't on this IG Live. I didn't even know any of this was going on. But if I was there as well, and you pull the phone away just like that, anyone watching is gonna realize what was up. And chances are they're going to go back and then they're going to slow things down to try to figure out, why did you just pull the camera away? So now let's deal with this situation. As it stands right now, as this news broke, ESPN has officially reported Ja Morant suspended after video shows Grizzlies star with a gun. The Memphis Grizzlies have suspended Ja Morant from all team activities after a video showing the star holding a gun began circulating on social media Saturday night. So in short, they wasted no time. Now remember something, he just got back to the league after being in trouble for dang near this exact same thing. Remember that whole sit-down interview that he did with Jalen Rose, saying that people are going to start to see who the real Ja is?
We both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun were you holding?
Well, the gun wasn't mine. It's not who I am. I don't condone in any type of violence, but I take, full responsibility, for my actions. Made a, bad mistake, and I can see the image, that I painted, over myself, with my recent mistakes. But, in the future, I'm gonna show everybody who John really is, what I'm about, and, change this narrative.
Well, it's not the people that you have to worry about, it's the league. Everyone already knows that the league has an image that they have to portray. They're not trying to stop you from having fun. I mean, just look at Lou Williams and James Harden. They're not trying to control what you do in your spare time. But there are certain ways that you can act in your spare time. Nobody cares. Just stop putting it online. So continuing with this article, the Grizzlies announced the suspension, which is pending a league review. In a statement Sunday, 2 months after the NBA suspended Morant over a similar incident. Listen. Every NBA pundit is going to be talking about this because it's going to be the biggest story. Minus the playoffs, this is arguably going to be the biggest story because now the league needs to go about figuring out how genuine were you being when you say that you were going to be turning over a new leaf and that everyone is going to be seeing the new you. So continuing on with this article from ESPN, it says, "We are aware of the social media posts involving Ja Morant and are in the process of gathering more information. On Saturday, during an Instagram live session on Morant's friend Devontae Pack's account, the All-Star flashed a handgun while driving and singing along with a rap song. The video has since been deleted. Doesn't matter." Listen, everyone already knows this. That doesn't matter if you delete the video. The video's out there. Nothing that goes on the internet is actually ever deleted, especially when you're a superstar. Especially when you're a superstar with a history. So, Morant left the Grizzlies and entered a counseling program in March after a video showed him holding a handgun while intoxicated at a Denver club when the Memphis Grizzlies were in town to play the Nuggets. He was eventually suspended 8 games after meeting with Commissioner Adam Silver, who called Morant's conduct irresponsible, reckless, and potentially very dangerous. At the time, Morant told ESPN in an interview that he realizes what I have to lose, and he said he would try to be more responsible, more smarter, and staying away from all the bad decisions. Morant has been involved in several off-court incidents over the past year. He is being sued by a high school prospect after a fight during a pickup game in Morant's backyard where Morant and Pack are alleged to have punched the boy in the head. The teenager told police that Morant entered his house after the fight and came back outside with a gun in his waistband. So this article does continue on to just give a few more details of prior incidents. It goes into his history with the playoffs, how they just did. They talk about his NBA career averaging 26.2 points. And then the part I find interesting, now they start talking about the contract. Morant's 5-year, $194 million contract is set to begin this coming season. It could have been escalated to a supermax if he made an All-NBA team this season. He was not voted onto that team, which cost him about $39 million in future earnings. He has endorsement deals with Nike, Powerade, though the sports drink company pulled an ad featuring Morant almost immediately after the March video emerged. So if they pulled an ad from Morant that time, what do you think they're going to do this time? Do you really think that they're not already on the phone with him and his agent determining what the future is going to be? Asking him, what were you thinking? Or that question that everyone else wants to know, are you crazy? This guy is genuinely just messing with his own money. But in all honesty, and to be fair, he's allowed to ruin his own life. If he doesn't want to deal with Powerade, he doesn't have to. If he doesn't want to deal with Nike, he doesn't have to. And if this is truly the life he wants to live, he's allowed to live it. It's a free country, is it not? I mean, if this is really the life you want, go ahead. Because I realize that there's a difference between when people are outraged when they see someone who it almost seems like they're acting out of character, where they could do something that's so outlandish that it just takes the whole league by storm because it's completely out of character. But once everyone starts to realize a pattern, they start to realize this is who this person is. So even though you may announce to the world that everyone is going to now see the real Ja, when you start putting your business out there and everyone sees a pattern, they're going to say, well, this is actually you. And in the same breath, while you don't have to do business with anyone, you don't have to play in the league, you don't have to be contracted by Powerade, you don't have to do business with Nike, you do know that works 2 ways, right? That if they don't like what they see from you, and they don't believe that you're keeping up to the standard of how you should portray yourself, especially in public, then they also don't have to do any business with you. This guy did say he was going to go seek some help. After all of these incidents, I guess we just gotta wait and see how true that really is. That's all I got for now, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know what it is that you think. What route do you think the league is going to go with now? Because last time they gave him, an 8-game suspension? Brought him back, told him he needs to get some counseling, some therapy, something along those lines. Maybe a fine. So what route do you think they're going to go this time? Especially in the occasion where you're up for a max contract. Well, if it doesn't work out and he wastes all his money, as hard as that may be to imagine, who knows? Maybe those exact same friends that you see in the video will be able to take him in. That way you could spend all your days on IG Live, not have to worry about anyone saying anything. Flash as many weapons as you want. If you have nothing to lose, no one can say anything to you. And that's all I got for now, guys. I'll see you for the next one. Be easy, y'all.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.